Hey gamers, the Red Dragon here from Battlestrats.com, and today we are taking a look at Call of Duty Black Ops. I'm going to be showing you some footage of a headquarters match that we played last night, but more importantly, I'm going to be walking you through some tips and tricks and hints that the community from Battlestrats has given. I went into the Battlestrats Call of Duty forums and asked for their multiplayer tips, and they gave me a bunch, so throughout this video I'm going to be giving you those. I'm also going to be trying to talk to you and kind of give you an idea of what's going on in the gameplay that you're watching as well. So with headquarters, you'll see in the top right hand corner, the headquarters doesn't come online for a few seconds after it spawns. So what you want to do is not just sit right on top of the headquarters. You want to set up a parameter with your buddies. As you see, my friends are downstairs. They've got that pathway covered, so I'm trying to cover from up top, and I get one or so, but before I get taken out. But set up a perimeter around the headquarters. Too many people run and they just sit and stand right beside the headquarters until it comes online, and that's just bad doo-doo because you'll get killed pretty easy. You'll see that I use Second Chance a lot, and throughout this video I pick up a few kills by using that. That's good perks, so make sure if you're putting somebody down that you make sure that they're completely dead, and if they go down to the ground, follow them with your sights and give them a few more bullets just to ensure that they are dead. So first thing in a game like this, when you first buy it, the most common issue is not knowing where to go, not knowing the map layout. So if you want to learn the maps, the best way to do that is head over and go to your local system link game, set it up, and act like you're gonna play with somebody else on another Xbox, but you don't have to actually do that. You can actually go in there and run around on the map by yourself. You can learn the map entirely, run all over it, spend as much time as you need to learn where everything is. You can also turn on different game types to see where the objectives spawn. So that's going to give you a good heads up as far as that's concerned. Another item that is pretty big is to, when you're learning the maps, is to learn the high grounds. Learn where the high parts are, where you can go up into the buildings, get on high ground, because you're going to have an advantage most of the time shooting down on enemies below you, because a lot of players just don't look up. They just run and keep their eyes ground level with whatever level they are on. So watch out for that. When you're buying attachments and things like that, don't go blowing money on silly stuff like, prettying up your gun and putting a cool logo on it, unless you have a ton of money to blow. But really, I would invest more time early on in the game into figuring out what weapons you like best, what gun suits you best, and the attachments for it. Also, same thing goes with kill streaks. Don't be buying a bunch of kill streaks that you're never going to use. If you don't get very high kill streaks very often, don't waste the money or the time trying to get those. Help your team out and get the lower ones that you can get. Some players are really good at putting together streaks. I myself, I'm like average, so I keep my kill streaks around middle. Remember that if you're playing like an objective type game like this one is, headquarters, domination, capture the flag, any of that, kill to death ratio does not matter. You can have a kill to death ratio of 0.25 or 25. It does not matter. The only thing that matters is getting the objective and getting the win. The only time that kill to death ratio matters is if you're playing deathmatch or team deathmatch. That's the only time. So if you're having a hard time and you're getting frustrated because you're having go negative all the time, don't worry about that, especially if you're playing objective games. The only way to get good at a game is to die a lot. You're never going to get good at it if you just give up and you stop playing. But learn to play, have fun, and don't take it too serious. A lot of times with these, just about all these guns that I've played with, I've realized that you have to aim down the sights in order to get a good aim on people. Sometimes like then, even I can't aim sometimes. So you'll see just then I ended up picking up one of my kill streaks simply because I had second chance on it and I got another kill before I was dead. So those that second chance, I really like that. Since the game just came out, a lot of people are going to be running around with the lower kill streaks, or they're going to have the default ones, and a lot of those offer up the spy plane. A good perk to have on is the ghost perk, and that's going to keep you from being seen. Too many people rely solely on the radar. You'll see that currently on the screen the radar's going on and there's a lot of blips, but remember that if people have ghost on, you can't see those blips, so don't rely solely on that radar to know exactly where people are, because people can be right beside you and they not ever show on the radar. Remember, if you're shooting long range, don't hold down the trigger, take short controlled bursts. One of our members suggests that if you're going to use a heavy machine gun with a lot of recoil, try to aim for the chest and not the head, because with the recoil, if you miss, you're going to be all over the place. Headquarters is a really good game type to play. You get a lot of XP and a lot of money that I've noticed. Sometimes if you're way up on a team, a lot of people will just sit back and not take the crate and just you know, rack up kills in order to get extra points. One weapon that is pretty good that one of our players likes to use is the dummy grenades, and I really don't see a lot of people using this, but it's really good if you're playing objective type games and there's an open space. You can throw a dummy grenade and it will make the enemy think that there's a player in a position where you want them to think they are. They run over there in the middle and you can easily get an easy kill.
Headquarters secured. Headquarters located.
Remember, when you're shooting some players, you know, you run into a player, you shoot them, try to make it a habit of not reloading if you've got, you know, a few more bullets in the gun, because a lot of times players like to team up and run right beside one another. That's another good tactic to always use, is if you're playing like a game, especially like Team Deathmatch or something, run with a partner. Even if you're not in a party with them, you're not talking to them, or you can't communicate with them, they're just a bunch of strangers, you can still just run behind them and follow them. If they go down, there's a good chance that you have an opportunity to put the player down who put them down. So it would either even it out or give you guys the lead. Two's always better than one. Also, you want to try to remember not to just run blindly around corners. You want to take your time and have your scope up, ready to aim down the sights for anybody who might be around that corner. As you're going to play the game and you learn more about the maps and everything, you're going to learn where all the hot spots are, and on certain game types where everybody tends to go. So that's all going to come with time.
The enemy destroyed the headquarters. Headquarters located. Our spy plane's in the air.
One good thing that I like to use a lot is Claymore. I'm actually not using it in this particular game, but just remember that the Claymores, if you place them right, it's almost an instant kill every single time that somebody walks by it. So if you know how to place them right, you can't place them directly right where somebody would come. Like, try to angle it where they're going to be running to. You know, there's a lot of different game types on Black Ops, but Headquarters probably right now is probably my favorite, especially if you have a good team working together.
Care package ready for delivery. Mark the DZ.
Remember, if you're trying to move up and you don't have smoke grenades, that if you have a grenade, you can actually throw that out, and that gives off a little bit of smoke. Then you have the ability to move up without the enemy possibly seeing you.
Headquarters secured.
Just one thing I can't stress enough is the fact that, you know, when you're playing an objective game, go for the objective.
Enemy RCXD spotted.
I don't know why so many people are so obsessed with their kill to death ratio and, you know, getting really high kill streaks when and then they, like, for instance, I was watching a video the other day and this guy was doing commentary, and he wasn't doing bad commentary, but he automatically started talking about his kill to death ratio, and he's like, yeah, if you look at other, you know, commentators' kill to death ratio, mine's really good. And he was playing a game of, like, domination, I think, or he might have been playing headquarters. Not once did he even go near the target. It's not a team player, and, you know, with games like this, with objective games especially, you need to play for the team and not for yourself.
Bomb strike coming in.
And it's really frustrating when you are playing with somebody who goes, you know, 40-5, and they have tons of kills, but you still lose because not once were they playing to help out the team. They were simply playing for themselves and their own personal stats. And I can tell you that you're not going to get girls based on your kill to death ratio. So it doesn't make you any cooler or anything else like that. Kill to death ratio is highly overrated.
Friendly spy plane inbound.
As I said before, it only matters if you're playing in team deathmatch games or really just deathmatch games. That's the only time that it matters. And the only thing you have to worry about is having at least one more kill than all your deaths. If you do that, and if you go positive by only one kill, then, you know, you've done your part. If everybody on the team did that, you win every single game.
Heads up, enemy RCXD spotted.
In Black Ops, sometimes you go through rounds where you'll have really good rounds and you kill a lot of people, and then sometimes you just get murdered. Just remember that if you're having a really rough game, just to stand back, calm, let it all soak in, and you know, just slow down, really, because too many people get frustrated, and then instead of slowing down, they just hit sprint and run right back into the action. Now, it's almost kind of like gambling. You know, if you play poker and you lose a big hand, you know, you try to make that money back up as quickly as possible. A lot of people do, and if you do that, that's going to make you go more broke a lot of times. You just got to relax and calm down and, you know, get back into your particular zone. These care packages, occasionally you get a decent care package, but man, the other night I was playing and I got like 4 care packages in a row, and every single one of them was ammo. So it really made me mad. But just remember, if you're putting out one of those you know, care packages, use it wisely. Don't place it out in the middle of some people will freak out as soon as they get a care package. They're like, oh, I got a care package. They'll just throw it, not paying attention to where they are. They'll be in the middle of an action setting, and they'll get killed, and somebody else will take their care package, and you've totally lost that. I usually use my care packages when I spawn. I look around, I look on the map, make sure nobody's around me, and I take my time with it. I throw it out, I grab it, I make sure that I have it. Another thing is, like, the same thing with spy planes. If you're using spy planes, if you see one that's already on the map, on the radar rolling, then don't use yours. Save it. And if you're in a party with a good group of players, call it out and let people know I'm about to call in a spy plane, so that way they don't use theirs and waste it. Use your things wisely. If you have a chopper gunner or something, wait till, you know, maybe your team has the headquarters, then call it in order to protect that headquarters. It's just, a lot of this is common sense, guys, but hopefully you learned a few tips and that will help you on your way. Hope you enjoy this. Be sure to check out BattleStrats.com. Check out the link in the description box for the full Call of Duty Black Ops strategy guide. Thanks for watching.